Welcome to this session on factors that shape cultural behaviors and perspectives. Why do students approach learning so differently? The answer often lies beyond the classroom, in culture, history, and lived experience. Understanding these factors helps us teach more inclusively.
In this session, you will learn to recognize factors shaping cultural behavior, understand how prior experiences influence learning, and connect students' backgrounds to teaching. A cultural perspective is how people see and make sense of the world, shaped by their experiences, values, and history.
How culture and history shape learning. Cultural behaviors are shaped by historical, social, and environmental influences. For example, some students may show strong respect for authority or hesitate to challenge ideas. These patterns develop through the interaction of society, family, and school, shaping how students learn and participate.
Historical foundations of culture. Historical experiences such as colonization, migration, and conflict are identified as powerful forces shaping identity, communication, and relationships to authority. Cultural memory of past injustices or triumphs influences collective values and trust in institutions.
Social systems and values. Culture is shaped by systems such as family, education, and society. These influence values, norms, and expectations for behavior. For example, students who grow up in education systems that emphasize obedience and respect for authority may be less comfortable questioning lecturers, while those from systems that encourage debate may participate more openly in class.
Environmental influences on culture. Geography and climate play an important role in shaping culture. Environmental conditions influence how people live, work, and relate to one another, as well as the values they develop around cooperation, independence, and survival. For example, resource-scarce environments may foster cooperation, while more stable contexts may emphasize independence. These influences shape how students approach collaboration and problem-solving.
Cultural change and adaptation. Culture evolves through urbanization, technology, and social change. While core values remain, practices adapt to new contexts. For example, students may combine traditional values with modern, digital ways of learning and collaboration. Globalization and cultural exchange. Globalization connects cultures through media, travel, and education. Students are exposed to new ideas, values, and ways of learning. At the same time, they balance local identities with global academic norms.
Social identity, power, and inequality. Social identity encompasses how people define themselves through factors such as culture, gender, background, and ability. These identities are shaped by power and inequality, influencing whose voices are heard and valued. In education, this affects students' belonging, confidence, and access to opportunities.
Cultural history mapping and inclusive curriculum design. An inclusive curriculum can be strengthened by connecting learning to students' backgrounds. Reflecting on personal or family histories helps build understanding and self-awareness. Activities like cultural mapping make learning more meaningful by linking content to real-life experience.
Using ecological frameworks to understand learning. Inclusive teaching benefits from understanding the bigger picture. Frameworks like ecological models show how family, culture, and society shape learning. This helps students understand how wider systems influence their experiences and opportunities.
Applying context to cultural understanding. Understanding students requires attention to context. Without it, behavior can be misinterpreted. Some students may hesitate to disagree, while others thrive in group collaboration. Clear guidance and structured activities help support inclusive participation for all.
Identifying potential challenges. In diverse classrooms, some students face barriers to learning and belonging. Language challenges and unfamiliar academic expectations can affect participation and performance. Without support, these barriers may limit progress and integration.
Targeted language support and inclusive strategies can reduce learning barriers. Clear, well-structured instruction improves understanding without lowering standards. Using visuals, scaffolding, and accessible language helps students build confidence and engage with academic content.
Supporting understanding through course design. Course design plays a key role in inclusion. Annotated materials and peer learning help students understand complex content. Clear guidance, Templates and examples support all students in meeting academic expectations.
Peer support and supplemental instruction. Peer mentoring supports underrepresented and non-native students. Experienced students guide small groups, helping reduce anxiety and build understanding. These sessions strengthen both academic skills and peer connections. Fostering belonging and persistence. Consistent support from peers and staff builds confidence and persistence. Orientation, intercultural activities, and informal spaces help students feel connected. Embedding support into everyday practice promotes belonging and long-term success. Now we invite you to the quiz section where you can test your knowledge by answering 3 questions. Tick the correct answer. Whether you chose right or wrong, you will be given an explanation for the answer. Here we go.